So for craft night, I purchased these letters from Hobby Lobby online. It was easier because I couldn't find all the letters I needed at the store. So I have purchased all of these. They're 13-inch letters. I think they're press board. And then I have an anchor and a cross because some people that are coming have already made this craft, so they want to do something different. And then I bought this square to make a flag for one of the other girls. So the first step is to go ahead and give them a base coat of this Rust-Oleum satin white paint, and this will be the base for our project. I have spray painted all the letters. There were 14 letters in all, or I don't know, something like that. Here's a big pile of them right here. We're getting ready. I'm setting things up out here in my craft room. So the next step after they've painted and dried is I just take this little sanding block. It's like a spongy type sanding block. I want to say it's probably a 200 grit, which is real smooth. And then I just sanded all the edges. I got rid of all the little burrs that were on there. They're not sanded smooth, but you can see kind of there's still a few little burrs right there. I just wanted to make it look a little bit nicer. So I sanded everybody's letter down, and now they are ready to start their craft. I get everything ready for them so that it's just fun. There's no, there's no sanding. It's just the painting and the fun. So what I happened to do prior to is we knew we wanted stars because this is a red, white, and blue Patriotic craft. I had this star hole punch, and I took contact paper and I just punched out a whole bunch of these stars, which will be, they're basically stickers that we're going to put on our letters. And you can see I punched out a whole bunch of them for craft night. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to decide where I want my stars, and I'm just going to place them randomly. Now the top part is going to be blue with white stars, and the bottom is going to be red and white stripes. So we're going to put the stars on just randomly, and then of course I'll take the backing out and make sure they stick before I paint. Now because it's contact paper and I don't really want it to adhere forever, I'm going to peel the backing off, and I'm actually going to kind of hit it. I'm going to put it on my clothing, but just to get a little lint on it so it's not quite so sticky, so after I paint over it, it will peel off easier. So that is the next step, to decide where you want your stars and where you want your blue and red to stop. And we'll probably either tape that off between the two colors in between each painting section. So I just have this masking tape. Normally we would use blue tape for paint, but since it's not going to be on for very long, maybe a couple minutes, I just bought this masking tape because it was, oh, I don't know, $3 cheaper a roll. And then we just have our acrylic paints, our reds and our blues, because the letters are already white. So I hope everyone has a good time, and I hope everybody wants to be on camera tonight, because it really makes me angry when nobody wants to be on my YouTube videos. So on to the next step. Okay, so my contact paper stars were a complete and utter fail. The paint seeped underneath them. They just look like a hot mess. So we are plan B-ing it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to eyeball the center of this letter. I'm real big at eyeballing, I don't want to measure. And I'm just going to put this piece of tape here, and that's going to separate the blue from the red. So this will all be painted blue, solid blue. And then I'm going to take this little star stencil that I made. I just punched it out with my star hole punch, and these are actually the leftover programs from my daughter's wedding, so not wasting anything. So I'm going to paint this, all that real pretty blue, and then I'll decide where I want my stars, and we're going to sponge paint it just with a little bit of white paint, and I'm going to dab like this all over, and those will be the white stars. Now down here is where the red and white stripes are going to be. So this first stripe will be white because we're going to use that as our white stripe, so we don't have to worry about paint. So now in order to make sure my stripes are all the same size, I'm going to take another piece of tape. I'm going to line it up as careful as I can with the edge of that piece of tape. I'm not going to push down real hard. And I thought I had a pencil, but I don't, so we'll make believe. I'm just going to take this and then mark it. Just put a little mark right there. And then what I'll do is I'll take this piece of tape back up. I will line it up with the marks that I made, making sure that I don't cover those marks, because you'll want to cover those marks with your red paint. And that'll be a white stripe, a red stripe, a white stripe, and then I'll just continue doing that, lightly placing my tape, marking it, then moving my tape to make the even stripes. So those are the next steps in order to get painting, and that's what everyone will be doing tonight when they get here. So I'll be right back and I'll show you one of our finished products. So here is the finished craft. I actually made this for my friend Amy, who can't be here tonight. She asked if I would make her one and she would pay me for it, so of course I said yes. So you can see here the sponge painted stars, and what I did just to add a little bit more detail is I took some light gray paint and a really thin like liner brush, and I just kind of put little lines to highlight the stars. I painted the edges, the blue and the red, and then I made this burlap bow, and this is just hot glued, and then I drilled some holes in the top and put this wire hanger. So here is the finished craft night project that everyone will be doing. I'm sure every single one of them will look a little bit different. So now that you see what the project is, let's get on with some fun. I have everything set up, waiting for my friends. I have all the letters laid out, and then I have all the extra stuff here. And then at each station they get a paintbrush, a sponge, a stencil. I have to fill the jars up with water. The plates are for their paint, and then I put brown paper, my famous shipping paper that I save to protect the table. So this is my big work table in my craft room. I had to kind of move things around, and then I have two 6-foot tables set up for 4. We may have to put people on the end. I still have people saying they're coming, so I don't know if I'm gonna have enough room, but the more the merrier. We'll just make it work. So now I'm just waiting for my friends. So everybody's here. We got a full house. We're still waiting on at least one more person that I know of. Maureen, are you having big fun? No.
Be well enough for the garage.
She's gonna be fine for the garage sale.
I don't want to be pictured doing that.
Too bad.
Huh? Don't be videoing me. Yeah, we call it off for mom.
Why? You don't want me to do this? I get lots of comments.
Okay, that'll get you a lot of comments now.
You're doing a faux finish?
I'm doing a faux finish.
You can do whatever you want. It's your craft.
No rules here.
No rules.
Blue first.
It wasn't Dawn's fault. It was the tape. She's going to start over now.
You made me feel so good.
Dawn, yours is going to be the most beautiful now that you did that.
Yeah.
The most beautiful.
You should help her fix her ass.
No. She can fix it. She's grown.
Fix it. I'll fix it.
She's grown.
I just thought I was going to be the worst one at this.
Yeah.
But you want to bring it out really
Me
good.
here.
And then like,
Stop it.
And then blot, when you get your paint, blot on the paper.
Oh, okay.
Make sure your sponges, like dip it in the water, make sure it's good and dry.
They have it.
Yes, they are her old wedding things. I don't waste anything.
She was like, I'll just use this.
That's it.
Oh well. Can't worry about that.
The stencils are Maureen's wedding programs.
Are we not allowed to say that? No.
Doesn't bother me. Bothers Maureen.
What bothers me?
That you look just like your mother.
You do.
I see.
No. Yeah, you do.
You do.
No.
She's got smaller boobs than me.
You can always buy those.
All the other ones not so good, but you should have made a G.
For what?
For glitter and groceries.
For what?
Glitter and groceries.
I'm more trusting for recertification, so I can get my certificate.
Well, not another day.
Tomorrow.
They look beautiful.
You can always wait until it's completely dry, hit it with some sandpaper, put some stain over top of that. So I'm doing mine.
Help me. I finally got it in today.
Good.
Perfect.
And I'm waiting on my debit card to come in the mail. Well, it's been at home. Max stuck it somewhere. Did something. I'm sure. That is pretty.
Yes. This used to be our homeschool room.
Watch all the movies.
Hopefully in person. And you want him to be a man.
I made me a little sad. I made my initial for. Thank you. It's not. It's okay. It's good. It ends up good, but it's really honestly. I have to be honest.
Watch your
It's hard
eyeballs.
at first. When he came out of boot camp and we finally got to talk to him, he was different.
So craft night is over. Everyone has left. I did not get to film very much because I was running around like crazy. There were think 14 or 15 people here, and they all needed assistance with one thing or another. So I tried to film a little bit, but then I just got too busy. So I hope you make this craft. If you do, please let me know, and let me know if you enjoyed it. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.